Happy Fat Tuesday. It's Mardi Gras, and we're looking at a slightly different weather picture here this morning. Clouds have begun to spill into the area. It's going to be breezy and cooler. Here is our Gualdi Group camera from downtown Rochester, looking toward the downtown part of the city from Assisi Heights. And yeah, limited peaks of sunshine. Otherwise, a lot of clouds now coming in. And if you step outside, you'll feel more of that northerly breeze. And that's certainly going to be more noticeable as we move along through our Tuesday. Here's Lake City, our Gualdi Group camera along Lake Pepin right now. And yeah, still very icy there. Nothing melting today, let me tell you. Temperatures may get briefly above freezing, but not for very long and not by a large margin. Looking at temperatures today in the low and mid 30s. Good morning, I'm meteorologist Ted Schmidt. Today we're looking at kind of more of a raw, chilly, more seasonably cold Tuesday. Next couple of days will be even colder than this as we begin to transition to something a little more colder than average again, I guess for a while, kind of making up for the mild stuff we've had so much of recently. We've had upper 30s, low, and in some cases mid 40s on the map here over the past couple of days. Today we're going to be barely above the 30-degree mark, and the next few days won't even be as warm as 30. But it is February, and we can expect that. Things tend to even out, so you have a couple of degrees above average. Typically within a week or two, it kind of works out to be that way more often than not. And we're going to have some cold weather here for a while, but a very peaceful week. Weather map looking generally pretty quiet for us. So if you're up for that, I guess you'll be okay. You just have to wear your winter jacket still for a bit longer. But you don't have to do any shoveling or white knuckle driving with this kind of thing. Pretty quiet, benign weather picture. Temperatures right now, upper 20s as we approach 8:30 on this Tuesday morning. 27 right now in Rochester. It's 32 in Winona. Charles City 28 and Dodge Center 27. We've had some sun. You see a thin spot or two in the clouds here and there, but for the most part we'll have a canopy of clouds overhead, and those clouds actually I think will thicken as we move into the afternoon and this evening as another little disturbance comes in. Eventually we'll see some flurries out of that by tonight. But right now at 27 it feels like 16, winds 13 miles per hour. Air pressure is rapidly rising as high pressure tries to come in. Eventually, in a day and a half or so, we will see more and more of that sunshine breaking through, and we'll see that come back, but that's going to be after today. 16, the wind chill in Rochester now, 14 in Mason City, 20 in Rushford. We're going to see that type of thing through most of the day. So maybe a glimpse of the sun, but for the most part, overcast skies, winds in that nearly 20-mile-per-hour range. Not really gusty, but definitely a nagging raw breeze. And 33 the expected high. And a lot of that just because we started out relatively warm, not because there's warm air hanging around. We, in fact, have a colder air mass beginning to work its way in. Sunset 5:53. Clouds in place right now. We're going to stick with a generally gray picture. We are watching some storm systems skirting the area to the south. One that's moving through Illinois, bringing some moderate snowfall to central and northeastern Illinois. Chicago is expecting a couple of inches out of this. Separate system north-southwest is moving down toward Nebraska and Kansas. That will also scoot on to the east, and these will all skirt our area to the south and east. A winter weather advisory across much of Illinois and Indiana with that eastern storm system, but we're missing out altogether with just clouds and eventually maybe a little bit of flurry activity tonight. Breezy and colder today, colder yet for the latter part of the week. The weekend does offer more sun and a decent warm-up, eventually to more seasonable warmth, if not maybe a little bit above average weather, maybe by Sunday. 27 right now in Rochester. It's 33 in Omaha, 20 in Marshall. So here's the outlook for the rest of the day. 30s. We ease back into the 20s overnight tonight, and by tomorrow morning, upper teens. So not a drastic drop-off. It just won't see much recovery in temperatures today or tomorrow. We're going to only make our way a few degrees up into the 30s. Tomorrow we'll drop off and then try to get back into the 20s tomorrow. That's the kind of weather we're facing right now. So all the energy staying to our south and southeast. Here's a little bit of a disturbance that's coming in, a little wave of low pressure aloft. That's going to generate some flurry activity. That's coming up later tonight, but really nothing of any consequence for us, nothing measurable, just a few snowflakes for the overnight hours. By tomorrow morning, pretty much out of the weather picture, clouds, and then going into the afternoon, some breaks of sunshine. I do think we'll see some partial erosion, some breaks in the stratus cloud layer, but not much sunshine. Still brisk breeze. Temperatures tomorrow on their way to the mid-20s. And then Thursday, occasional peaks of sunshine and lighter winds, but only temperatures close to 20, maybe not even as warm as 20. 33 in Rochester today, 31 in Albert Lea, 32 in Charles City, Looking at mostly cloudy skies, breezy, cold weather, north winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, a couple flurries, that'll be late in the evening. North winds 10 to 20 miles per hour, so the wind chill in the single digits. Temperatures themselves bottoming out around 11, or 17 rather. 17 is not terribly cold for this time of the year. That's a couple degrees above the seasonal average for overnight temperatures. Tomorrow will be colder than average, though. We only make our way to 24. I think we'll see a little bit of late day sunshine. That won't have much help for us. Won't be of much help for us, though, with those raw north winds still in that 15 mile per hour range. 7-day forecast, we do get back to the 30s over the weekend, and it looks like most of next week, for that first full week in March, will be spent in the 30s, which is typical for this time of the year. If not, maybe a degree or two better than average. So again, it evens out. We'll have really cold stuff for a couple of days, but dry weather. Next round of snow, incidentally, comes up on Monday. That's the day after the first day of March. Of course, March 1st is the meteorological spring. That's the first day of meteorological spring. We like to celebrate that here. It's a statistical event more than anything on the calendar, but because we have the equinox comes up on March 21st. That's still a few weeks away. But the 7-day forecast, little sun today and tomorrow, very little of that sun. More and more sunshine, especially Friday and Saturday. And then it looks like about an inch or two of snow on Monday as it stands right now. Temperatures in the low 30s. Looks like most of the next upcoming week features maybe just a little dose of snow here or there, but also some mid and upper 30s for high temperatures down the road. So next week, a few elements of spring coming into the weather picture of that to look forward to down the road. In the meantime, today, stay warm, have a happy Mardi Gras, and we'll see you right back here on Wednesday. Have a great day, everybody.